Every ancestor past was blast from traction, and every sin was burned into their umber skin. In the past, the anti-black was common faction. Now they call it names of different kin, but same facts, same acts. System stays though Crow is dead and over. Victimhood she claims, another soldier. The wall is just a pit when you get over. Heartbeat like the gun that begs to smolder. My Africa is lost to ever after. My God rest in the tongue of slave master. The babies only know the name of bastard. After all the work we did, the hurt you give, you can't stand just to let us live. After mothers prayed, we came out yellow bright, cause the culture's blind to color in their spite. Still see different shades of black and white, and classes coddle fascists while they fight. That bullets bathed in blue need oversight. They play that they don't see the way the system stacks. Can't bear to watch more black men fall through the cracks. Black tax. So go on and blame the black, blame the black. The heartland calls the blood, but we resist. We can only thank God shine down wrist. And when my Zion comes, they still persist. Caucasian made the opioid a health crisis. When white men suffer, sinful shifts to crime list. Addict comes to culprit, cause Brown's indicted. Spineless, should her growth through the endocrine. This is how they make sure we do our time for the malalignment of having too much melanin. Whole nation with a noose round our development. Black names equate with the lack of eloquence. It's evident in all our hesitance that relevance is precedence, and only those considered to be Aryan. Each defense you make displayed is an attack, and when you show them love, they still blame the black because their ingrained oppressions dressed up as a preference. When white is praised, the brown girls learn a lesson. Love is not for you. Anathema, the music of the Congo. The culture lauds the bass before the bongo. Twice the work, half all reward. Balance rest in the palm of a white man's lord. So go on and blame the black, blame the black. Soliloquy and Negro hymns, raise palms and facts. We match funerals and jumpsuits while they match our sacks. We watch women practice fourth wave white feminism, and they can't see past this, their own egotism. 29 cents, it was causing them strife, while we out here fighting 25 to life, because the war on drugs is the war on thugs, is the war on black brother by blue. Same fight, new time, commonplace, war crime, we're killing each other for you. We come out the womb set to presume that the totalitarian booked a prison room, because every brown child's cradle is shaped like a tomb. Someone to ostracize or privatize is the only thing that saves us from genocide. No one ever wept when a workhorse cried. White supremacy slept while Sandra died. So go on and blame the black, blame the blacks. A stolen bodies don't come with contracts. You'll never see what's happening here. But if I'm angry and I hate you, then nothing's gonna change, and my silence won't show you the ways people estrange. There's no way of rising if we try to climb alone. Hate burns, overtakes you, it destroys every home. You gotta step up till bullets force you back, because if we burn down each other, we'll all turn up black. We gotta call out impunities, get guns off our blocks, good schools in all communities, and cameras on cops, and listen to each other. We can work as one nation, because I know for sure that ignorance is born of isolation. Unearthing every person underneath the privilege will work with all the poison that the world has given, and soon will black exist as culture, not as face. And we will only know this as the human race, and children down the line will solely know embrace. Brown girls in latter days will need to learn that lesson, and character will be the only one contention. I don't have a dream, sisters. I have a vision. I don't have a dream, brothers. I have a vision. I don't have a dream. I have a vision.
Hi, I'm Rebecca. I'm your Studio NPL mentor for photography and video production. And today I want to talk about the dolly shot. So first of all, what is a dolly? A dolly is basically a tripod on wheels. And to get a dolly shot, you're going to move the dolly right to left, you're going to track it, or you're going to dolly up and dolly back. So you're thinking, why do I even need this? Well, there's different reasons why you want to get a good dolly shot when you're filming. It's a pretty cool technique if you want to reveal something, maybe reveal someone standing behind your main character.
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
You could also use it for motion when you're traveling. You can dolly along and show motion in that shot. It's a great way to show where your characters are, or you could move the camera around in a circle and see the whole setting. There's all different reasons why you're going to be using a dolly shot. And it's a great way to show some depth in your shot too. So to get a dolly shot, again, I mentioned you're using a tripod on wheels. Now, if you're going to a film set, you're gonna see that they have some massive heavy cameras and they're using some large, expensive dollies. And that's kind of hard to come by if you don't have a whole bunch of money. And they also notice that they might even have a dolly track. There's a lot of equipment used to get these great shots. But I wanna show you today some ways you can get the same effect using your iPhone or using your camera that you have at home. So if you have a dolly on wheels, that's fantastic. There's a way to get your shot right there, and you can look online and find some smaller versions for not too expensive. If you don't, here are some options you could use. One thing you can use that a lot of people have in their house is a chair on wheels. So you can actually sit in your chair, hold your camera or your iPhone, and hopefully you have an assistant with you that can just kind of push you around and you can get your shot that way. Another thing to do is if you happen to have a hoverboard, you could hover holding your camera. It's another great way to get a dolly shot. If you're a skateboarder, it's another great way to get your shot. Be on your skateboard, holding your iPhone, holding your camera, great dolly tracking shots right there. So another trick is to have like a pillow, some sort of soft object that you could set your camera on, have your arms on it, and you're holding your camera and you're just sliding across the countertop. If you have planned a very short dolly shot in your script, then you could do it yourself and just kind of mimic the idea of having a dolly and move like this, or even kind of move up like this. So, but you're gonna have to remember you really wanna stay still when you're doing that. You wouldn't wanna walk and do that because you're gonna cause a lot of movement and shaking in your dolly track at that time. If you decide to try one of these shots, so you're using your skateboard, you're using this chair on wheels that you found in the home office, whatever it might be, you really need to be aware of sound. So those wheels are all gonna make a very distinct sound, whether you're outside, on the driveway, on your skateboard, you're going across some wood floors, that's all sound that your camera's gonna pick up. So you need to think about in your movie script or whatever little video you're doing, is the sound important, or can you record it without sound and add sound later? Because there's going to be, you don't want whatever's happening with your characters talking, you don't want to hear that sound of those wheels. So that is something you do have to consider if you're going to be using a dolly shot. So you're gonna see these dolly shots not just in movies, you're gonna see it in music videos as well. And I mentioned that a dolly shot can convey motion. one thing to think about if you're doing it for maybe a music video would be thinking of the speed of the music. The dolly shot might resemble that. So it could be a fast shot or it could be a nice slow shot. Another reason to use a dolly shot is to show some emotion from your characters. So you might be just kind of dialing in real slow right up to them while they're revealing something in their dialogue. You could also be going backwards really slow while they're also getting emotional, or you're leaving that character. There's different ways of creating a feeling or energy by using a dolly shot. So I hope you'll try these different dolly shot techniques. Just keep in mind that when you include a dolly shot in your scene, you want to make sure you're doing it with purpose. So it's not just to have a dolly shot. Remember the reasons why we're doing it: to reveal something, to create motion, to create emotion. There's a reason why you're going to have that dolly shot, so make sure you know what that reason is, and that'll help direct you in your shot. So the next time you're watching your favorite movie, make sure you're looking for those dolly shots. And try to think, why did the director choose to do a dolly shot for that scene? And that might help direct you on why you might use a dolly shot for your scenes. See you next time.
guys, it's your Studio NPL music mentor Rhett. Today I'm going to show you how to finger pick on the guitar. This is a really cool skill to have, and a lot of times people coming up on the guitar aren't really messing with this type of technique. You drop the pick for a second, don't worry about it. You can always implement the pick after. It makes it a little more tricky, but it's called hybrid picking, meaning you're playing with a pick here and then you're picking with those fingers. But let me just show you the pattern involved when you're thumb picking. And I'm just gonna slow it down. I mean, that's how I learned, was watching YouTube, watching people do it, and then just getting the formula and slowing it down. So let's talk about the thumb. My thumb is alternating between 3 different strings, and a good way to remember how to keep that bass line is like this. Say that you're playing the bass line with these 3 big strings, which is normally what you're doing. It's really simple. Let's call the top string 1, the next one 2, and the third one 3, if that makes sense. Here we go. Go 1, 3, 2, 3. 1, 3, 2, 3. 1, 3, 2, 3. 1, 3, 2, 3. 1, 3, 2, 3. And that's pretty much finger picking, because then all you have to do, once you have this bass line, start picking with these fingers syncopated. So all I'm doing to make that other sound, other than the bass line, is picking. Every time I pick 3, as in 1, 3, 2, 3, I go 1, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. So basically, past the thumb picking pattern, you can do anything as long as it sounds. I mean, you can do it no matter how it sounds, really. But there's no certain formula for the other fingers. I'm just doing something really syncopated. But remember, 1, 3, 2, 3. 1, 3, 2, 3. That's pretty much all there is to your basis of finger picking. It's just getting that thumb to be your anchor. And so, say you're playing something that requires a walking bass line, but you're not using that big string, just shift it down one. Go. All of a sudden, the A string is 1, the D string is 2, the G string is 3. Go 1, 3, 2, 3. 1, 3, 2, 3. It's really simple, but people are impressed when you can do it, because most people don't try. Most people don't try and learn, but it's not hard. Try the 1, 3, 2, 3 pattern. Get on your strings, and remember, once you've got that, just start doing things. Think about this little kind of like that, back and forth like that. It's what it looks like a lot when they're finger picking on the guitars, like that. Start with that bass line idea and make up your own thing, and find your own patterns. Because as far as syncopation goes, you know, ask a drummer. There's tons of patterns that you can make sound cool. So just remember 1, 3, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, and you'll be playing like Chet Atkins in no time. Guys, have a great week.
Hey, what's up guys? This is Frank from the library. Today we're going to learn how to do some gesture drawing. Let's go. Yeah, I'm doing some gesture drawing. Would you mind being my model?
I'd love to.
Gesture drawing is all about getting the most basic information in a pose. What you're trying to do is get the essence of the pose that the figure is making. And you do this as quickly as possible so you can capture that energy. You can get a friend to pose for you and do very quick 10-second poses and try to record that basic information. It's great to start with something like the shoulders or the spine so that you get that kind of skeletal structure of the figure. It's also really nice to try to get just that basic movement. You just want to do several lines very quickly that really capture the energy of the pose. It's not supposed to be perfect.